Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel, Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. Welcome to another pick a card reading with me. So in today's reading, we're going to be doing a deep dive into astrology. So this is going to be a deep dive astrological reading. I have my astrology cards. I have my tarot study deck, which has all the astrology signs and symbols on it. I have my astrology dice, and I pre-picked out cards, and I'll show you the shuffle right before we start our meditation. But I pre-shuffled the cards. So what I did is I took a stack of unused cards I have here, 27 of them, and I put all 27 Nakshatras on them. And I was going through it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever. This is going to take me at least a week, maybe, to finish going through, because I want to read through all of the book. So I'm studying up on my Nakshatras right now. So the 27 Nakshatras, if you guys don't know about this, there are 27 Nakshatras that contain the 12 zodiac energies, and this is a part of the Vedic Astrology system. And some people like to describe it as the Nakshatras are actually their own thing. They're separate from the zodiac signs. Some people feel like they're combined, like, oh, Aries is Aswini, Bharani, or is Aswini just its own energy in general? That's the debate for nakshatras in astrology, but I'm not fixed on any kind of idea. I'm very open-minded to whatever works and whatever I resonate with. So Prakash Trivedi is the one who wrote this book here, and this is one of my favorite Nakshatra books to refer to. So I just wrote some of his notes on these cards here, and I pre-picked the Nakshatras for you and wrote the notes. And we're just going to go ahead and deep dive. I wanted to get more intricate details about what's going on in your life, what advice Spirit has for you. When I'm talking about what's going on in your life, I'm not talking about your situations. I'm talking about like the energy because there's just so much to life. There's so much to us that's going on internally within us, and that's what I'm here to pick up, is what is going on in here with you, not out here, but we might pick up some of the circumstantial stuff too. All right, I'm so excited. Let's just go ahead and get started with the reading and introduce the groups. Hi beautiful souls, we are doing something different today. After I completed your entire reading, I went back into creating some visual oracle cards, nakshatra cards, to connect with the nakshatras for you, because the nakshatras have so much details, it can be overwhelming. I thought creating a visual would help you to connect more with each nakshatra. And the AI did botch up the spelling for all of them. The only one I fixed was the one in the middle. So let's introduce the groups. We have group number 1. This is Aslesha Nakshatra with the beautiful serpent. Aslesha is typically spelled Ashlesha. We have group number 2 here with Bharani Nakshatra and the magic boat on the water. And group number 3 is with the majestic lion. This is Magha Nakshatra, typically spelled Magha. Let us start our meditation. And here is the singing bow. All right, group number 1, we're going to go ahead and start with your group. Hey group number 1, welcome to your reading. So if you chose this lovely pink Bostwana, then this is going to be the reading for you. All right, so let's just go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and pull on energies and see whatever wants to come through for you. Okay, very interesting. I was seeing an arrow pointing up, a mountain that was also part of the arrow pointing up, and then I was also seeing airplane. I was also seeing sludge, like a mudslide, which is interesting. I've seen mud before. Mud is, okay, so this is what wants to come through. The message that wants to come through for your astrological reading right now is that you're experiencing somewhat of a mudslide in your life. And so a mudslide is somewhat of a natural disaster, right? Earth is doing its thing. So Mother Earth is going through its shift. You're shifting with it, and you're sliding down the mountain or the hill, and it's very uncomfortable because you're not in control of the direction it wants to go in, how fast it wants to go. You're not in control of these elements. And so what they're encouraging you to do, you got to slide down. So your guides and spirit wants you to know, slide down that mountain, slide down the mudslide, let it happen. And that's the best way to approach it, is just to let it happen, because you can't control it, because it's a mudslide, so it's slippery. If you try to get up and you try to climb back up that mountain, it's going to take you back down, right? There's just nothing you can do. So I think maybe some of you might be in a place where you're trying to, maybe even just mentally, you feel like you want to fix something, and it's unfixable. It's unfixable because it's not in your control. This is in God's control. This is in Spirit's control, the universe control. And the universe has the best intentions for you. So even though there's a mudslide you're experiencing in your life, you're going to slide down that mountain, and you're going to get to your destination, or to the bottom of that hill, safely. Yeah, so there's it could even be seen as a shedding. I don't know specifically what mudslides mean. I'm saying mudslide, but I think I'm seeing in my head like a landslide. The land is sliding down, but I was also seeing mud. So mud is just that experience in life where things are muddy, it's messy. And Spirit is just asking you to accept the circumstances right now, the mess, because it's not for you to clean up. Can you clean up a mudslide or a landslide? Absolutely not. Like, you just have to be like, all right, Spirit, take me where you want to take me, because I can't do nothing about this. And that's exactly the attitude Spirit wants you to have towards it. This isn't yours. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you, and it's happening with you, right? And it's happening in support of your journey. Yeah, so just let that mudslide happen. Let me see if I can see anything else in this crystal here for you. Yeah, I'm seeing someone ensconced. I don't think that's the right word, but they're wrapped up or ensconced away in like a cocoon here, wrapped up in bed. They look really comfortable. So I think the best thing for you is just to be comfortable where you're at, or find comfort. I'm getting a heart energy, and I'm feeling that you're in a space right now, even though you've been going through this mudslide experience in your life. It's all been for your best interest. Like, this is a really positive thing, because I'm seeing your heart is growing, your comfort. So I think you're being very much attuned to 4th house energy, Cancer energy, being very much attuned to, because I'm getting this mothering energy, Mother Earth, mother energy support. So right now it might seem like the circumstances aren't ideal or what you would prefer, but this is Mother Earth sending you her love or support. She's showing you the attention that you need, and she's wrapping you up in her protection. So you're very much protected here. Like, I'm seeing just a loving, mothering energy here. So they want you to lay back, relax, have a lot of downtime, relax, tune in, dream, sleep, rest. And that's what you're needing right now. Yeah, you're very protected. I'm seeing you surrounded by a lot of protection, your guides, supports, lots of support. And you look like a divine child wrapped up in this like blanket burrito. So they really want you to continuously acknowledge this. I feel like you have continued to acknowledge it, because I'm seeing your heart growing. And I feel your heart is connecting to Spirit, and I see you appreciating the protection and support that has shown up. I feel like you guys have shown your appreciation. You've been appreciative, you've been grateful, you've been thankful, and they just want you to keep relaxing into this. So keep going at it. Yeah, and I'm seeing the bird. This is helping you to unlock so much freedom in you, because now you're not imprisoned to the matrix, to the system where you're having to work or slave to something you don't believe in. Yeah, and I'm seeing the phoenix rising. It's powerful. I'm seeing multiple birds here rising up out of the, it almost like, it looks like the ocean or the water. And I'm getting this strong mothering energy in support of you. Oh, you guys are so protective. You have no idea. You have an idea, but you have no idea unless you like get into a meditation. When you are your most comfortable, like when you're, I don't know if you're like taking a bath, that's how loved and supported you are. You're being so loved on. Okay, so you guys got Aslesha. So this is actually Cancer energy. I was seeing the mother energy, but the Aslesha is actually very different. So let me go ahead and tell you guys about Aslesha. Some of you might know about the 27 Nakshatras of Vedic Astrology. Aslesha is actually the least friendly Cancer energy because it represents the serpent. So Aslesha is connected to the serpent king called Shesh, the serpent king or deity called Shesh, and it's symbolic for a coiled snake. So the coiling of the snake is supposed to represent like a Kundalini awakening. It's also supposed to represent sort of this energy to strike or attack. But the energy at its higher form is expressed as a Kundalini awakening. So this tension that perhaps maybe you're feeling in life is actually creating inner tension that is unlocking your Kundalini energy. It's unlocking your inner force, your life force energy that's freeing up inside of you and helping to balance all of your chakras. So Aslesha is in 16.40 degrees Cancer and 30 degrees Cancer. Okay, so it's like the latter part of the Cancer sign is the Aslesha. The two planets that are connected to Aslesha are Moon and Mercury. Aslesha is considered semi-divine. It's connected to primordial powers of insight, intuition, perception, wisdom, or even cunning. It is connected to the reptilian brain. It also is connected to our genetic heritage of karma from previous lives. It's a Kapha Nakshatra, which means it's watery, which is perfect. It's Cancer. It's connected to the moon. And it's also considered they had another word for it, but it's a demonic nakshatra, which means that you're being asked to face shadowy energies. Nothing wrong with the demonic nakshatra. Demonic is good because it helps you to face the shadow on this earth, and it actually helps you to have the power, the fierceness to face the lower entities, the demons, the shadow energy within you. So it's a very fierce energy. So Aslesha here is teaching you to subdue the Hydra. So the Hydra is also connected to the multi-headed beasts. I think snake, serpent-like beasts that Hercules had to cut the heads off. Because every time you cut a head off, another one grew. And Aslesha is connected to Mercury. So Mercury is like thinking or thoughts. So this could be where sometimes there's a lot of excessive thinking or even negative thinking or energy in our thought process, right? So what Aslesha is calling for you to do is almost like purify. And you purify it by subduing. So you're not killing the Hydra like Hercules. You're not cutting the heads off, but you're subduing it. Just like one would tame a dragon, you're subduing the Hydra. And by subduing the Hydra, you are helping to begin your Kundalini. So the Kundalini awakening, the Kundalini energy is connected to your enlightenment. So it's the beginning of your enlightenment phase or journey in life. This is where your life really starts. Because now that you're not focused on the excess of the material life, you can focus more on the immaterial life and the true essence of who you are. Yeah, I think that's really cool that you guys got Aslesha. Those are all of the energies that wanted to come through. I really like the connection to the primordial powers of insight, intuition, perception. So your insight and your perception is strengthening right now. The wisdom inside of you, you're gaining so much wisdom from your experience. And the genetic heritage, I think, was really interesting. Karma has been a huge theme, with Pluto entering into Capricorn in 2020. And it's going to be there for 20 years. So it's going to be there for some time. I know that people are talking about Pluto in Aquarius, but I follow Vedic Astrology. Some people might relate as well because you follow sidereal astrology. So with the genetic heritage, in our DNA, in our past lives, we inherit karma. And it was interesting. When I was writing these cards down, I was actually watching a video by Eve Mendoza. She is a Vedic astrologer, and she was talking about karma. And she was talking about the complexity of karma, because you can't look in someone's chart and see their karma. It's not enough to look at their chart, their Rashi chart, and see their karma. It's not enough to see the multitude of charts that Vedic astrology has to see someone's karma. You'd have to intuitively sense, pick up on it, maybe do multiple Akashic record readings in order for one to actually know what your karma is. But ultimately, you know you got karma just by living life. It follows you wherever you go. And you're in this place where you're releasing that karma and you're going through a strong purification process. So you guys most certainly have inherited karma through your DNA, through your lineage. You're healing that. And at times that can feel burdensome, but you're doing a beautiful job just by facing it. You know, it's not easy to just acknowledge or even become aware that we have karma. And some people want to not acknowledge it. They don't want to deal with it. And I can tell you, those people have not healed their karma. By being in denial of it, it doesn't help. It just means you're going to have to continuously face karma until you deal with it, right? It's a repetitive cycle that keeps going on. Yeah, so your karma from your previous lives are healing. This is powerful. All right, so let's turn the card over and let's see what you guys got. You guys got 8 of Hearts. Cool. So that's about prosperity, abundance. I was seeing the heart. That's really cool. I didn't look at the other sides of the card, so this is, I just decided to play with it and see what was on the other side. 8 of Hearts. So there's some prosperity that's on its way to you as a result of you cleansing and facing your karma. And the karma is also connected to what Eve was talking about, a bank account. It's like a bank account of good karma and maybe negative karma. We all have a mix of both. But there's a beautiful good karma. You can also call it dharma that's coming your way, and it's coming in the form of prosperity, lots of love. So I guess we can think of, 8 of Cups. I forgot these cards are connected to... I forgot that these cards are connected to tarot. Oh my gosh, I forgot. So you guys got 8 of Cups. That's really weird, guys. So, short story, I was just interviewing a magician today, and he did some tricks online. I was interviewing him through Zoom, and he guessed everything. He guessed the book page. He guessed the number I was thinking, the fruit I was thinking about. He guessed everything. And I was like, how did he do that? He got it all right. And I'm like, the thing is, I'm not shocked because I'm intuitive. So I'm like, did you like prep this ahead of time and you're just intuitive and you know how to use it? But a magician never gives away his secrets, right? So the 8 of Cups is about walking away, right? That's that spiritual awakening. So that's when you walk away from the things that don't serve you to attune with a life that truly does serve you. So Spirit is most certainly encouraging you, group number 1, to keep doing that and be persistent with it. It's not easy because this is the lone wolf pathway. You're being called to take the lone wolf pathway, and you're being called to really listen to your heart. And this calls for you to dive in. This is not something where you can go to a teacher or anyone to ask about these things. These are very intimate questions that can only be answered in your heart. And that's what you've been answering for yourself. All right, let's go ahead and pull some cards for you and see what else wants to come through. Well, I did say prosperity. We got Ace of Pentacles. Oh, guys, that's crazy. The way that came out. We have the 6 of Wands, and look at that, we got 10 of Cups. More cups energy for you. Beautiful. Yeah, so there's a continuous theme of water energy for this group. Your emotions, connecting with your emotions, allowing them to flow, attuning them is helping you so much. I'm seeing 2244 on the clock. And connecting to your emotions is helping you to find balance within yourself as well as create stability for yourself. You've been working at this. So Spirit just wants you to feel continuously confident in yourself. There's a big payoff, a windfall that's coming in response to this strong good karma, because you're burning away the negative karma. Because you're facing it. You're facing it, and what it took. What did you do to do this? What's your secret? You made a choice to become self-aware and to wake up and to not live in denial. That's what happened. And once it starts, you can't really stop it. You know, once your initiation starts, you can't stop it. It just takes off. It just goes. So we have here Mars, Pisces, Jupiter, Leo, and Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. All the earth signs are here. Yeah, so just continuously working on confidence is what's going to be important. Spirit wants you to know that you are being recognized. You will be recognized for your efforts, so keep going. They just want you to believe in yourself continuously. There's a beautiful rainbow experience, the light that's coming your way. With this eight of hearts, even though, you know, you could connect it to 8 of cups, I actually was feeling more of like a really positive, radiant energy from this card. So I think there's a really exciting new connections that are coming into your life. Beautiful connections that Spirit is connecting you with, aligning you with. Yes. All right, let's see what else wants to come through for you guys. Ooh. We have here House 10. So you're tuning to your life purpose. You're finding out what your life purpose is. You've also had to discipline yourself, work on discipline. You've had to work on creating some structure, mainly inwardly, within yourself. Mental structure, right? Aslesha is connected to the mental activity. So you've had to create some mental structure within yourself. You have to learn how to work with your thoughts better. And this is an intuitive process that you've been connecting with. So this discipline where you've been working through this karma, this repetitive, the cycles and the karma that you've been working through, is helping you to attune to and unlock your life mission, your life purpose. Because you're in a place where you're gaining so much wisdom, right? We were talking about the perception and the insight with the owl here. Part of your life purpose is to pass on this wisdom. When Spirit promotes you, it's no joke. When God promotes you, it is like the best promotion, because God promotes you based off of your life experience. You know, people say, well, you need more experience. You don't have enough experience. Think about when you give someone your resume and they look at it and they say, well, you don't have enough experience for us. Well, what I'm seeing here is that you've been in a process of gaining more of the experience, life experience, earth school experience, because it's not the system. The system doesn't decide when your prosperity gets to come in. You do. And Spirit does. You guys co-create it together. So it's a beautiful, divinely timed experience. You know, you can't just move your wand, swish your wand, and say, I want it to be here now, because it's a co-creative experience. So it requires so much surrender and trust on your part. Yeah, so you're unlocking your life mission and your purpose beautifully. It has something to do with, you know, working with emotions, being very perceptive. All right, let's see what else wants to come through for you guys. This card is stuck. Oh, interesting. All right, we have here youth. We have corset, and we have here checkered flag, conclusion. Yeah, so you're working towards your completion. This feels really good. This feels really close as well, but you know, when you listen to Spirit, when you listen to your guides, and they're like, it's coming soon to Spirit guides is different from human timing, you know, because we're very impatient. But you are you're in your conclusion space here. Things are concluding, they're coming together. And with that 9 Leo, you're going to finish first. You're going to feel like the top of the world. 9 is about completion as well. You're going to achieve all that you set out to achieve. You know, this Ace of Pentacles is a huge achievement coming your way. So they most certainly want you to be excited. With the youth, we have here mutable, breaking free. You're breaking free of the matrix because you've been rebellious. You've been working through your insecurities. You perhaps have felt like you've been going through a spiritual puberty, right? The Kundalini, spiritual puberty. But you have been finding yourself and opening yourself up to becoming more independent, trusting your own guidance. We have the word receptive here. Your receptivity is what's opening the doors for you. So you've been receptive to the guidance and you've been following it. And your strong will is helping you to create a new beginning, a new powerful beginning for you. With this 4 Aquarius, the corset, you've been working with creating boundaries and learning how to hold it together, how to be very disciplined with your inner self, your emotions, because the outer circumstance perhaps has been making you anxious, but this has all been a shape-shifting training course, obstacle course that Spirit has been sending your way so that you can learn how to become strong within yourself. And perhaps learn how to overcome becoming a people pleaser. Overcoming becoming a people pleaser and lean into the real divine support that wants to come your way. So you've been doing a wonderful job at that. And you've been moving through some restrictions, some limiting beliefs, restrictions within yourself to open up to more abundance with this 10 of Cups. All right, let's go ahead and conclude your reading, group number 1. We have here, oh look, another Leo. We'll put that right next to the 9 Leo. We have house 9. Oh look, we got 9 Leo. That's crazy. And we have Mercury, which also connects us to Aslesha over here. Nakshatra that's connected to Moon and Mercury. So we got Mercury, Leo, and the 9th house. Yeah, Spirit wants you to think of yourself as royalty because of your loyalty to Spirit, to your true path, to yourself, to your true self, your inner being. With that 9th house, you're going through an inner expansion right now when it comes to yourself, how you see yourself, and your confidence. With this Jupiter and Leo, you are learning to see yourself differently. Spirit is trying to help you see yourself differently, to see that you are the one that is taken care of, that is loved. But it's not done in the matrix way, right? The matrix tells us to labor, to struggle, to do things we don't want to do that are not aligned with our heart to get to where we really want to go and live the life we really want to experience. They tell us to do everything opposite of what we're truly here to do, which is to be ourselves. Spirit is saying, be confident in you. It's so natural. It flows out of you effortlessly. When you are your true authentic self, you naturally flow with life and you just fall in alignment. You do things that really open up your heart, expand your heart. And because of this, you're following your true authentic destiny and pathway. You are unlocking so many blessings that are coming your way. Yes, so keep working at that. Work on your affirmations or your meditations or just tuning in. Take the time to acknowledge every day how wonderful, how beautiful, that beautiful soul that chose this body and this mind that you're experiencing. It chose you to experience life, and keep continuously acknowledging the beauty of that existence. That's going to be the end of your reading here, group number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support, and let me know if this resonated. Thank you. Bye. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose this lovely Tangerine Quartz, and this is going to be the reading for you. All right, let me just go ahead and dive in and meditate. Let's just see whatever energies we can pick up for you. See whatever wants to come through for you. So the first thing Spirit wants to acknowledge is the purification process that you've been going through. they were showing me like a cleaning brush, but it was a big brush. And they want you to understand that or just acknowledge that you've been doing so much cleansing work on yourself to the point where I don't know if you want to say mastered it. Do we really ever feel like we've mastered anything? To the point where you have it down. You understand the process much better than you did before. And this cleansing process, this purification process that you've been going through is pivotal to how you're going to live your life moving forward. And it's pivotal to the change that is coming your way in the physical, that's manifesting in the physical. So there's a huge emphasis around the cleansing work that you're doing, the process, the mechanics, the spiritual mechanics, I guess, the intuitive mechanics of the cleansing process and how it works. That they're wanting you to acknowledge. They're wanting you to reflect on this and think about how have I cleansed? Because you've purified so much at this point. You've been going through so much of deep cleansing processes within yourself. They want to acknowledge, what have you done so far to get yourself here? Because that is what is helping you to create a better life experience for yourself. Yeah, there's just something about whenever you're doing some kind of cleaning work, there's focus, there's concentration, there's quiet that goes into it. I have a card from one of the decks called Chop Wood. So you've been doing a lot of chop wood and gather water, something like that. Something like that. But there's something about the basics. You've been doing the basics. Yeah. So you've been tuning into the basics, and you tuning into the basics of what you need for yourself is creating a healthy and a beautiful, solid foundation for what's going to unfold for you next. And this is important because it makes me think of how, we grow up in our families, we have the school systems, and we think, okay, this is how you do something, right? When an educator is telling you, well, this is how you do something, and then you do it like this, and then you do it like this. But the Earth School knowledge we're truly here to learn is not made easily accessible. It takes so many different levels of breaking through limiting beliefs and raising into higher states of consciousness and awareness within ourselves. It takes so much of us stopping and pausing for us to really know the true learning we're here to do, which is like the fifth house, the true learning we're here to do. And you guys have been learning the real knowledge. I'm hearing that Spirit wants you to, they think it's so beautiful that you've been taking the time to study yourself, understand yourself, and this work is paying off in huge ways. Okay, let me see if I can see anything in the Tangerine quartz here. Yeah, I'm just seeing someone diving deep, and it's reminding me of Magic School Bus when Miss Lizzie and the kids would go on the Magic School Bus. They'd go on in adventures, and I'm seeing them. Oh, school bus. Study. It's the same message. It's all about studying yourself. Okay, so the water can also be symbolic of your deeper conscience, your pure essence, your inner self, your subconscious as well. So you've been studying. A lot of you have been journaling, you've been writing, you've been studying, you've been reflecting, meditating, contemplating, praying, and all of this has been leading you up to understanding the vastness of what you are. The more you've explored and you've swam around in your inner self, in your inner essence, to study and to discover, self-discovery, discover who you are, the more you have unlocked this beautiful existence of who you are. So you guys have been doing a wonderful job of unlocking these deeper levels of who you are. And it's spacey out there. Like, I'm seeing this. Oh my gosh, I'm infinite. I keep swimming, but it keeps going. And that's exactly what you are. You found a way in. Beautiful. Yeah, and I'm kind of seeing like ridges and rocks. I feel like you guys have been rock climbing spiritually. And it's been tough because you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. This is hard. But you've been doing it. I'm seeing someone willful and willing to climb the rocks, willing to try. I'm also getting a bit of a message to funeral, death. Yeah, I'm seeing someone in like a coffin here, which is kind of connected to your sign. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, there's this acknowledgement of the death of the old self. I think that you've been acknowledging. This might actually be good. I think I might want to do this for myself too. To reflect on the old self, the version of you that has faded away. And actually the best way for you to do this is to look at a version of yourself from 2 years ago, maybe. If you have a video, that would be even better. To see how were you thinking at that time? How much awareness did you have at that time versus now? That's how much you've grown. A lot. You've expanded so much in a short period of time. It's not based off of, there's no race. We're not racing there, but we're going through a really beautiful time right now with the strong Saturnian energies and karmic energies. It's actually opening up so much growth for us. And Spirit wants you to acknowledge how beautiful it is that you've been learning so much about yourself in this period of time. That's the work that you've been doing. And there's something so beautiful about that because that's the work we're here to do. And when you start to see that and acknowledge it, the passion starts to wake up inside of us. We start to feel so excited and passionate about this work. Like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed, or just so excited to learn more about myself. There's something about that you've been gaining and growing in and just feeling so excited within yourself. That process has awakened some kind of passion, newfound passion inside of you. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. So you guys got Baharani Nakshatra. So Baharani Nakshatra is in Aries. So this is 13.20 degrees to 26.40 degrees Aries. So it's ruled by Mars, Venus, and Sun. But the strongest connection planet to Baharani is Venus. It's strongly connected to Venus and the initial raw energy of Venus. It's connected to the female reproductive organ, the vagina. I said it. So Baharani is symbolic for she who bears, the doorway. And the doorway is supposed to be symbolic of life, birth and death. Birth and death. The transformation that we go through. Baharani is also connected to our sexuality, nurturing, maternal love, the womb, love, harmony, unity. It's associated with Lord Yama, the Lord of Death, and Dharma. But Lord Yama has a contrast to him. He's also connected to the Fool energy. He's very jovial, very playful. Some of the symbols that are also connected to Baharani is the volcano, the eruption. So Lord Yama is the one who assigns the life path based off of the laws of karma and dharma. So I was watching a video about karma. And I had it on in the background. It was a 4-hour video. I just put it on and I watched part of it, like an hour of it, and then I put it on in the background. And as I was doing that, I was looking up notes for these Nakshatras. And I was sort of listening and then kind of going back and forth. And I'm like, that's so interesting that they were talking about karma, because this was the one I was working on mid video, and I was like, oh my gosh, the karma is so crazy that she's talking about it. It's not crazy because we're all just intuitive and we're just talking about what our angels and our guides are whispering to us to talk about and think about and reflect on, because that's the theme of all of our lives. I thought it was very interesting. But what I think is so powerful and beautiful is that they mention is that karma is like a bank account. So we have good karma, we have good karma and negative karma. And it looks like our lives are chosen based off of the karmic experiences we've had or accumulated in our past lives is what decides it. And then when you're born, you have karma that also comes with your DNA lineage that you have to heal as well. So that's why we often see family patterns, right? That's just karma, family patterns, karma playing out that we're needing to heal within ourselves. So your life path was chosen based off of karma and dharma. And you're in a place right now where you've been moving through your karma. You've been moving through you've been healing it, you've been purifying it, because we're at the door. You are at the doorway of life and death. Death of your old self, the false self, the small self, birth of your true self, the eternal self. It's coming alive inside of you. You're at the doorway. You're at the threshold. You're at the threshold. So that's some powerful energies as well. One of the other symbols that came through was a boat. So Maharani is connected to this symbology of a boat, which took me to Six of Swords. And Six of Swords is about our transition from the old to the new. And so in these past few years, what we've been doing is we've been going through our transition into the new. And that's where you're at right now. You're in transition. You're at the doorway. Or maybe you're transiting towards your doorway. You're moving on there, towards there. You've been working on nurturing yourself, tuning more into that inner sense of safety within yourself. Because without that feminine, grounded energy within us, we will not be confident to take action, and we will not know what actions to take. It takes a lot to ground these energies, to be patient. It takes a lot of patience to tune into this and purify this before we take action. Yeah, so you're getting ready to birth your new self. This is so exciting. Oh, so you guys got 5 of clubs. Is that swords? So we have clubs, hearts. Hold on, I'm starting to like blank out. We have diamonds. It might be swords, spades. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going to go off my intuition, okay? So we have a club. So it makes me think of a clover. But we have 5, which is about change, which is perfect for your group. I didn't look at the numbers when I just placed these white cards onto random cards. I didn't look at them at all. But everything's connected, so nothing is by accident. So you guys got 5, which is about change. So there's big change taking off in your life. And I think it's all of the 5s. It's the 5 of Pentacles. It's the 5 of, even though this is not Pentacles, I think the diamond is Pentacles. And the hearts is Cups. So this leaves swords, which is spades, and clubs, which just makes it swords and wands. And who's wands? I don't know. I'm not getting 5 of wands from this. It could be more like 5 of Pentacles, maybe. Just like a lack, right? So the lack that you've experienced in your life is just the old self. You know, there's nothing that you've lost in this recent past that is meant to come into your new life. And I think that's the hardest part for us to acknowledge when we're going through our rebirth, our transformation, and our awakening. It's hard for us to acknowledge that there are some things we cannot take with us. A lot of it is habits. A lot of habits, but some of it is going to be physical experiences too. And the reason why you don't want to take it with you is because there's a lot of karma. There's karma attached to all those things. So your old self, your karmic old self, was the one that created that life, right? That manifested that experience. But your karma-free self, the one that has lightened its load, that version of you is creating a whole new life. So you don't want to take all of that baggage, the emotional baggage, the physical baggage. You don't want to take any of that baggage with you. And so this is a point in time to get excited about what's about to open up for you. But they will acknowledge that the change is difficult. It's not easy. You're going through a big change. I remember when I was doing readings 2 years ago when I started this YouTube channel. And I was like, what's going on? Because I started getting these energies way back when. And I was like, oh, change. And my ego has a comfortable idea of what change looks like. And that is not what happened in my life. It was not a comfortable change at all. Hasn't been comfortable. I've been really uncomfortable. And my ego kept saying, well, it has to change. This can't work. This won't work. But I ended up finding my way through anyways. So I think you guys have been fighting through those limiting beliefs within yourself. And you've been doing a wonderful job at that. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some cards for you guys and see what else wants to come through. Change. Wheel of Fortune. Look at this. We got good luck, destiny, chance, karma, soulmates, decisive moments, cycles of life, right? Birth, life, birth and death. We have fate, fortune, upheaval, and chance. They put chance twice. Take a chance and dance with the universe. I ride the waves of life. Yeah, I never heard anyone said, oh, by the way, when the Wheel of Fortune turns, because I was still studying tarot, I didn't really know that much. But I didn't know that when the Wheel of Fortune turns in your life, it turns down first before it turns up. Because I was like, for the most part, things had sort of stabilized in my life and I was enjoying that. And then all of a sudden everything just got crazy. And I know you guys can acknowledge that because that's what's been going in your life is a big change. Yeah, so you guys are stepping into your destiny and it's a beautiful destiny. And this is because of the karma. Again, you've been facing that. This is a wheel of karma and the wheel of dharma. It's all one. It's called the wheel of life. You are going through a cyclical change. You're starting a new cycle of your new self, new life. Beautiful. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through. That happened exactly like that in the last group too. I pulled a card and then I shuffled again. I got two more. So we have here Four of Swords with the Moon card. Yeah. So the illusions have been difficult. The thought processes, the alarm systems and the alerts that have been going off in your head in response to the change. It's a big change. Just imagine your whole life going 180. Okay? Like everything just has to fall off and fall apart, but for things to, for you to move forward into your new life. And so what's really important for you right now is just make sure you're resting. Make sure you're relaxing here and tuning inward. This is what's going to help you to see through any of the illusions. So your imagination, your ego imagination is going to come up with projections and things to worry about. But there really is nothing to worry about. This is a time for relaxation and inspection, introspection, meditation, contemplation, and prayer with this Four of Swords. Just like we said earlier, this diving deep into the subconscious here is what is helping you to unlock all of this. So you're in a transition space right now. And before you can ignite or initiate or start that new experience, you have to allow the death to happen. And think about when people are passing away. Let's say they're passing away slowly, right, through old age. That's kind of how peaceful this death is. It's like an old age death. And there's a bit of a grieving process that comes with it, but there's so much resting that happens because you just have to kind of sit back and relax and surrender into it. And that's what's going on. All right, let's go ahead and see what else wants to come through for you guys. We got here Taurus and Cancer, Chiron. Beautiful. Yeah, so you've been doing a lot of healing around stability, safety, protection. And in order to do the healing around stability, safety, and protection, you're having to go inward and give yourself comfort. So whenever I was freaking out, my guides would tell me to. They're like, just like nurture yourself. Give yourself some love. It's gonna be okay. Just like a mother would when her child's crying, she would go to comfort that child. But when we don't have our mother or someone else to comfort us, we just have ourselves. And in a spiritual awakening, you will, by the way, just have yourself. You'll have people there, but it will not comfort you. Because people, they won't fully be able to understand what you're going through. They're going through their own things themselves. And they can't go in your body and comfort you. Because what Spirit does is life puts us in like very difficult, tight, uncomfortable spaces where nothing externally can possibly give us the comfort. You may have a companion by your side who's trying to comfort you. They can't give you that full comfort. You have to give yourself that comfort. So you've been in a space where you've been learning how to re-nurture yourself and love yourself. Give yourself that comfort that you need. Self-soothe. You've been learning how to do this, and you've been learning how to work on your stability. Be patient, right? We got trust, patience, and sensuality with the Taurus. You've been learning how to be patient, take it easy, take care of your body, keep it very simple, very basic. Taurus, Cancer, keep it very basic. And returning back to the basics is what is helping you to heal your wounds. Okay, let's go ahead and see what else wants to come through for you guys. Yeah, also, with this Neptune in Pisces, interesting with the moon. Neptune is in Pisces right now. If you follow Vedic Astrology, it just entered into Pisces in 2022. So for about 13 to 14 years, it will be there. And what's being activated in us is dreams, but also delusion. So there's some really powerful messages and a beautiful spiritual renaissance that's happening. But with the mix of positive messages, there's always contrast. You're going to see a lot of criticism coming up. What do you call it? Like door blocking? Like there's going to be a lot of criticism that comes up. There's going to be a lot of conflicting beliefs or ideas. And what it comes down to is you just have to go to your heart and discern what works for you. Because even sometimes I'm like, what? When I hear people talking about what's going on, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get that. So you just have to go within yourself and discern. And just see what works for you. Follow your heart. Follow your pathway. We have here 1 Pisces. Again, the Pisces. We got roses, love, romance, affection, appreciation. Yeah, so again, tuning into that Piscean energy, you might want to think about where Pisces lands in your chart. That might be a lesson, a powerful lesson, or a dream you're unlocking in your heart. Maybe that part of your chart is unlocking some possibilities or love within you. So you're unlocking some powerful love within yourself. It says here, high emotional IQ. You've been learning how to work through your emotions, flow with your emotions, becoming more emotionally intelligent because you've been feeling a lot of different emotions. But you've also been unlocking passion. That's what I was picking up earlier. We have passion, and this passion is helping you to feel so much more connected to spirit because you're just passionate to be alive. That's the biggest reward, is being passionate to be alive. So if you're 6 Scorpio, the bedroom says here, intimacy. I'm going to skip around. We have your sleep, contentment, leisure, nap, sleep on it, alone time, oasis, astral travel. So you're in a space where you're being called to rest. Okay, it's time to go inward. We got the 6 Scorpio, go inward, dive deep. Pisces as well, dive deep within yourself. It's time for you to relax and just tune into yourself. I know you might want things to happen right now. Believe me, I get it. But you just have to acknowledge that rest is needed where rest is needed. Because you're going through so much healing. And the best way that we heal is just relaxing. Because the body is already self-healing. It knows how to heal. You just need to let it do its job. Let it do its thing. Okay. Let's go ahead and close out your reading. Group number 2. We have here Venus. Oh, Maharani Venus. That's great. Yeah, we didn't talk too much about Venus, but we can talk more about that. We have here 6th house and Aries, Maharani Aries. Okay, I love it when that happens. Synchronicity is real. All right, so we got Venus and Aries. So that's about your pioneering your new beginning, moving towards your new beginning. The 6th house can be the house of debt, can be the house of healing, could be the house of keeping it basic and routine. I might pull some clarifiers for you. But I mean, this is the time to be brave. Be brave and focus on pioneering your new beginning or moving towards your new beginning. Let's go ahead and get some clarifiers for that. Venus and Aries. All right, we got here 5 of Cups. Ooh, just like with the 5 of Clubs, huh? We got the 5 coming up again. And we have here the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, yeah, routine. Oh, they literally just imitated what I just said. Yeah, so now's the time to keep it really simple. Keep it really simple with the 5 of Cups. This is about seeing the glass half empty or half full. And so things aren't going to change just yet. This is the time to just appreciate how things are. And that has to be acknowledged. It has to be acknowledged. I know we want the blessings. I get it. I know. And Spirit wants you to be aware that blessings are on its way. Be 1000% confident that those blessings are on their way. But there's a lesson that you're learning right now. And it's a powerful one. And it's a powerful one of appreciation. It's about learning how to shift yourself inward without the external changing. Because right now it's not going to change because you're learning a powerful lesson. And once you can really feel empowered within yourself to be content with how things are, you're going to feel more at peace. And then when the blessing comes in, you're going to feel over the moon. I don't know. I got to think about this one. But I think it hits us different when we get something after we've let go of our attachment to it. And I think that's what Spirit is trying to help you to do, is like to acknowledge your inner essence, your eternal being, to tune into this, to love this experience more than anything. So much so that you are so filled, your cup is so filled that you're regenerating from within yourself, and you're magnetizing blessings galore on automatic just by being replenished and content with what you have right now. So they really want you to work on that with the routine. So that's repetition and practice and devotion, staying committed. They want you to stay committed to Spirit. Stay devoted. Your commitment and your devotion is like gold in the heavenly realms. Your commitment and your devotion. And something I want to acknowledge before I close out your reading is think about angels. Angels are very dutiful. They are in this highest state of promotion. But they always do what needs to be done. They don't go according to free will. Angels don't have free will because they surrendered it. Let's say they were human, okay? Just imagine. That human surrendered their free will to Spirit and said, I will do whatever I need to do, whatever the right thing is to do. I will sacrifice my egoic fixation on what I want for humanity. And that's what this is. It's that dutiful devotion and commitment. You are an angel in training. You are an angel in training. This is not light stuff. In the previous group, I was actually getting angelic energy as well. But yeah, this isn't light stuff. This is not light stuff. Light work stuff is not light work. Light worker stuff is not light work. This is the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing. We're not here to struggle and make and labor and do all of that and be unhappy. But it's really hard to do the 180 and to realize that the way they do things in the Matrix is completely backwards from the way that truly gives fulfillment and replenishment to us. We are fulfilled and replenished through our commitment and our devotion to Spirit. That is fulfilling for us. It's fulfilling for us. It's love. It's real love. That's what real love is. Devotion and commitment. Okay, let's go ahead and close out your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Group number 2. Like, subscribe to support, and let me know if this resonated. Thank you. Bye. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose this black and white agate, then this is going to be the reading for you. So for some reason, I started humming a J-Lo song from back in the day. Something that Give Your Love to Me or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up because I don't remember. Because I was a kid and You know what, even now I don't memorize lyrics. I don't. I just make it up. Be like, yeah, this is the song. I'm totally singing it, just making up the lyrics. So I'll have to look that up for you guys and see what it was. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and pull energies and just see whatever wants to come through for you guys. Group number 3. Okay. So the thing that the first message I'm getting for you guys is, I was getting a dragon energy. I was getting facing your fear. You guys, group number 3, you have been facing many layers of fear. I think that has been a huge theme for you this past year. I think Spirit wants to acknowledge your courage, your bravery, and what it took to get you here, because it was not easy. They know that, and they most certainly want you to know it's not supposed to be easy, but you knew that. You knew it wasn't going to be easy, and you kept doing it anyways. And there's just, I'm just hearing like there's something about that where that kind of courage, that bravery to face did I say dragon? To face the dragon. I was seeing a dragon. That courage to face that dragon, it brings up a lot of terror. Just imagine being in front of a dragon. It's terrifying, okay? See, watch some of the dragons in Game of Thrones. They're terrifying. Like, if I were to see that in real life, no. And the ones in the House of the Dragons version of Game of Thrones, those dragons are just mean, like violent. And that's how it's felt like for you, where you've had to face some of your fears. There's a deeper message here. I'm just trying to put it I'm trying to put it together. Just there's something about your incredible fierceness. You are a spiritual warrior. You're learning how to wield your, I'm hearing shield, wield your shield, but also wield your sword. You're learning how to use both, the sword and the shield. And you've been in a place where you've been learning the technicalities of they've been training you, teaching you how to use your sword and your shield. And it hasn't been easy. I'm seeing a knight and he's getting beaten up. And he's having to recover over and over. And you've been in this phase of like facing the fear and having to recover because it's so overwhelming, or it's so much, it's a lot. And there's just this constant facing the fear, recovery, facing the fear, recovery, battle after battle after battle. You've been fighting many battles, I would say, in the past couple years. And this has been preparing you to be a knight. They have been training you. You guys have a special mission. You guys are spiritual warriors. You're on mission. You're part of the 144 sacred mission. You know your mission. You know your destiny. You know your fate. You know the sacrifice that comes with this. You guys are warriors. This group, you do not play. I'm feeling your energy. You're very intense. I'm getting a very intense energy from this group. You are like a knight. You're very loyal to the dream. You're loyal to the mission. You're loyal to the mission. You're like, I will do the right thing. I will do whatever I need to do. If this is what needs to be done, I will do it. You guys have done this in previous lifetimes or in your previous starseed missions. You've also done this before. You guys were sent here on purpose to fight this battle. You were sent to be a part of this lineage, this family lineage, to cure it, to heal it, because you can. Some of you, the family lineages that you have a lot of addictions, a lot of pain in your family karmic energy. You were not given, I'm seeing you were not given an easy family dynamic situation. Some of you were put in very dysfunctional relationship dynamics, and you're like, what is this? You were meant to heal it. The contrast was so strong because you are the light. You are meant to bring the light. You're meant to level out the energy in that family lineage. It was very intentional. You guys have succeeded. I'm hearing and seeing that you guys have succeeded in previous past lives or starseed missions. You guys have succeeded. You have fought off the beasts. That's why they sent you to do it again here to Earth School, because you know how to do the work. All right, let me go ahead and see if I can pick up anything with this black and white agate. Yeah, I was just seeing a shark facing the fear, and yeah, some of you guys have very pure essence that you're connected to. Very angelic. I was seeing clouds. You help to lighten up the energy of people around you. You help to bring the light and be the light to those around you, which is very much needed. Yeah, some of you guys have a past life of being a priestess. I'm seeing a priestess or a priest. Shaman. Strong shamanic energy. And a seer. I'm seeing someone with like a third eye energy connected to them. You are a seer. Yeah, you guys were a seer in past lives, or your soul is connected to the past life of a seer. Someone who just knew what was coming or when a storm was coming. Yeah, and I would say deep down inside, even now, you know. You know the trends. You know, you can pick up. You're very perceptive. You can pick up on the energies around you. You can pick up on when things need to change, when you need to... I mean, I don't feel like we're ever called to just sort of pick up and go or panic or worry that a storm is coming, but you can pick those up. You can pick when the wind changes direction. And you move intuitively. Very intuitively. You know. You're like, okay, I have to go, or I have to move, or things are going to change, or I just sense that things are going to change. Okay. Amazing. So you guys got Magha. Magha is in 0 degrees to 13.20 degrees Leo. It's connected to Ketu and Sun. So Magha Nakshatra is symbolic for mighty, magnificent. It's connected to the star astronomy science of a star that symbolizes the little king. It's connected to the throne or the royal chamber of the throne. It's connected to honor, power, status, achievement. So, is that soul ties? I can't read my handwriting. Oh, it says the soul uses the mind and the body as identity. The mind, intellect are connected to. So your soul used your mind and your body as its identity. Powerful soul. Your mind and intellect is powerful, and it found its way to its eternal soul. That's Magha. Self-discovery has been your journey. You've been on a beautiful journey of self-discovery. You've been learning about yourself, studying yourself. You've been learning. This group, you really follow your passion. You really follow where you're being called and what aligns to you, what's true to you. Self-discovery, you've been doing this since you were born. Studying yourself, trying to see what things you're interested in. I'm seeing someone who has pursued many different things that they're interested in to see if it resonates with them. Because you were curious. There's like a strong curiosity I'm picking up from this group where you wanted to know, well, who am I? Like, what do I need to do? What am I here to do in this world? So you tried a lot of different things. Magha is a highly intelligent, I would say it's a very highly intelligent part of Leo. Ketu is spiritual, it's inner, it's past lives. So you have like past lives gifts and you have ancestral gifts that have passed on to you. Very strong past life gift. You guys are naturally gifted, maybe even talented without even trying. You may be what others would call a renaissance woman or man. I just saw 11:11 on the clock. I think you guys like to master things or practice self-mastery. That's very important to you. So in your genes, in your actual ancestral line, you inherited some interesting things. So what I'm seeing here, it says, okay, genes, roots, prosperity, wealth, knowledge. So in your genetic code, you have an ancestral lineage connected to knowledge. There may actually be an accumulation of wealth or prosperity that perhaps your ancestors weren't able to unlock, but kept passing down along the line, and you will be able to unlock this wealth in this generation. You're going to unlock it because you did what you needed to do to unlock it. Magha is considered a very good karma sign. But Magha isn't easy either, because Magha with the Ketu, it's a purification sign. Ketu is always about purification. And if you're self-aware and you have Magha, life will humble you many times, but at a distinct point in time in your life, for Magha energy, life will humble you. And there's a really good chance that you'll lose everything or a lot of things. And then it'll come back and it'll double. Just like the book of Job. It'll come back and it'll double. So whatever you lost, it's going to come back, and it's not just going to double. For some of you guys, it's going to exponentially be much more than you can imagine. But you've also inherited internally knowledge. So you just know things. So Magha is connected to the Pitris, that's our ancestors. Magha is also about using the past to shape the present. And the positive effect on past karma, which I talked about. So you are in a place right now where you've been reflecting a lot, and perhaps even throughout your entire life. And you've been thinking, well, how can I do better at this? Because I'm getting a little perfectionist energy, just a little bit. Ketu can be very detail-oriented and a researcher. So maybe there's a bit of a perfectionistic energy where you're like, okay, I really need to get this right this time. Okay, how do I get it right this time? But that's the beauty of Magha, and I think that's why it's a royal sign as well. And the throne is because it's willing to do the work and to do it better to get there, to refine its qualities better, to, with the night energy, approach it with more nobility, with more honor the second time around. At some point, this knight somehow becomes a king. Because of his... Oh, I did not mean to flip that over. That's so funny. Yeah. That's beautiful. Okay, so you guys got 10 of clubs. I don't know what this represents. Either this represents wands or swords. Maybe swords. Who knows? But you got a 10. And 10 to me is about completion. It's about being the one. Let me think. 10 of wands, 10 of cups. It's not 10 of cups, because that would be the 10 of hearts. 10 of swords. Yeah. I think you've been going through a very intense purification process. This looks like a clover to me. I think there's good luck on its way to you here. I think you're unlocking lots of abundance. Like they said with the Magha, you've inherited good karma, but part of it is just it's work you've been doing in this lifetime too. You've been burning away that bad karma, facing it, dealing with it, tackling it on. You know what you came to do. You're like, let's do it. Let's take this karma out. I need to live my best life. If this is what I gotta do, I gotta tame the dragon. Let's do it. Sword, shield, ready. Let's do it. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some cards for you guys. Group number 3. Look at that. Ace of Pentacles. Very nice. 8 of Pentacles. Ooh, yeah, I was picking up that Well, they said it in the Magha. So we have Virgo, Sun Virgo, working through that purification. We have all the earth signs as well here. So there's prosperity, wealth, abundance that's coming your way. Spirit wants you to be excited about this, but also know that this comes with hard work and patience. Patience. You're building this the slow and steady way. Slow and steady does it. The commitment, the hard work, and the consistency you put into yourself is what's going to pay off. So take your time, be patient, and in time, the fruits of your labor will show up. Stability is coming into your life. We have Uranus. Radical change. This is also a very rebellious energy coming through. Collective rebellious energy coming through. So there's a radical change and shift that's happening in your life. A revolution. Yeah, and it's a revolution of your own freedom and obviously financial freedom that you're tapping into as well. Abundance you're tapping into. So your life is doing a 180. You're going to go from nothing to lots too much. This is actually taking me to Chappelle, and I think he is actually a Magha. But he gave up an opportunity. I don't know if it was like a $3 million. I don't know. It was a lot of money. He gave up a lot of money because he didn't want to give away his integrity. It wasn't honest to him. He was overworked and tired. He needed to learn more about himself. He walked away from the industry for a number of years, and then he came back stronger with a stronger sense of self, a strong sense of knowingness of who he was and what he wanted to do and what direction he wanted to go in life. And he became the king. He became crowned. People crowned him. They gave him his flowers, almost as if he had never left. People were just like craving and waiting for him to come back. Please, yes, we need your words of wisdom. So that's what I'm getting, that radical shift and change. I'm getting a strong, I'm seeing someone like work on a canvas, and it's like an abstract art piece, and they're putting all of these like different paints, and they're working on it, and it's very abstract, but they're trying to perfect this painting. And that's what you've been doing, and the painting is you've been working on yourself, trying to get all the pieces have been coming together, and you've just been flowing with your artistic, creative, flowing nature, and like strong intuitive impulses. You've been following these strong intuitive impulses for how to create this painting and know what next steps to take, what colors it needed, what patterns it needed. You were studying that painting and just like looking at it. Yeah, because I get that way. I haven't painted in a minute, but when I used to paint, I get this feeling. I get this feeling when I do readings now and when I do other things. But I would get this feeling, like this tense feeling, like, keep working at it. We're almost there. But you're unlocking this higher intelligence and this higher consciousness in yourself. Uranus is considered an elevated state of Aquarius energy. So you've been tapping into this higher state of consciousness, the collective consciousness. And this collective consciousness is helping you to tune into this. I'm getting a little Elon Musk energy now. Like ingenious. You've been tapping into your inner genius. Yeah, wow. Some of you, your inner genius is your life purpose. The workings of your mind is your life purpose. The way that you think is your life purpose. You can tap into high states of consciousness and creativity like no other, quite naturally. This reading is going in an unexpected direction. Let's see what else wants to come through. Change. No kidding. We got 5. Yeah, so you're in a state of flux right now. There might be quite a bit of shifts that are still moving about. The chessboard is still moving. The pieces are still moving, and things are still coming together. It's not quite complete yet, but just keep moving with it, because this is going to be this is the outcome. So they just want you to keep working towards it and maneuvering this radical change with ease. I feel like that one to come out. We have your rings. Yeah. Da, 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 da. I don't know, maybe that's taking me to the J-Lo song. I think it was about love, maybe. We get here 2 Gemini rings, contracts, agreements, bonds, strong connections, unions, partner, counterpart, lovers, telepathy, like-minded people, committed partner, interconnected, soulmate, engaged. Yeah, so spiritually you're already engaged to someone. I know it's kind of weird. Even I'm learning about this stuff, but yeah, spiritually you're already connected to someone. So this isn't, they just want you to know about it. You have a soul contract to a life partner, to, someone who's your counterpart, someone who is your counterpart, your complementary partner with that Gemini energy. They're here to complement you, help you, assist you. And you're going to have a strong connection to this person. Strong bond. Yes. Alright. And we have your optical illusions, 7 Aquarius. Not what it seems, it's a mirage. Yeah, confusion. So this is about the seeing through the matrix. You've been working at this. And it takes some, I was talking about Aquarius energy, right? It takes some kind of ingenious, intuitive work to navigate exiting the matrix. It does. It's like a mathematical equation, but it's like an intuitive mathematical equation that we have to crack using our heart. Using our perception, our intuition, our insight. Can you clarify the optical illusion? Yeah, I mean, you're just breaking free of the predictive programming. Yeah, look, we got a Knight of Swords. Yeah, you've been breaking through that consciousness. Look at that. Mars, Aquarius again. High state of consciousness. Ooh, you guys are breaking free. Breaking into that high state of consciousness. So what Spirit is just telling you to do is to relax with this Hangman. This is the pause, right? It is time for a sacred pause. Stillness grants perspective. So you've been shifting your perspective quite dramatically. And this is helping you. What's helping you, going to help you the most is disciplining yourself to be patient and pause and be still. There is nothing harder than being still. That is the most challenging thing. And when we're still, what happens is a lot of the alarms in us go off because our ego is so used to telling us, go, fix it, do something about it. And when we tell ourselves to stay still, it feels like we're counteracting our own nature. And what we're counteracting is our own ego. We're counteracting the predictive programming. So we're actually fighting against this huge wave of energy that we went along with for so long. And then as you start to levitate in higher states of consciousness, that wave of energy, you become less susceptible to it. It can't affect you. So the higher you rise in your consciousness, the denser energies that you were used to, the predictive programming energy you were used to, it falls away and it doesn't affect you as much. So then people might start saying, you're crazy, that's not going to work, or you might have limiting beliefs that pop up, but you learn how to manage it so much better because you're rising in your state of consciousness. And the rising in the state of consciousness, it's a surrender process. This is something that just takes time because it has its own timeline. You can't be like, well, let me just meditate for 10 hours. And if I meditate for 10 hours, then I'll be in my highest state of consciousness. You can't fast forward yourself into an awakening. It's not a thing. You don't, because that's not what awakening is. Awakening is a synchronistic wave. You get in it and it moves. But it's an intuitive wave, so you can get in it. The thing is, the wave is our initiation. You can't control an initiation. It just moves at its own pace. And it's collective. It happens at the collective level. So, you're not going to be moving faster than that person. We're not racing to get to the finish line. We're all just kind of floating in the wave. And it's going to take us to where it needs to go to. So they just want you to trust that flow of that synchronistic wave and where it wants to take you. Okay. I'm not dying. I'm okay. So I love the air energy that's coming through. That's a huge theme for this reading, is the rising, you levitating into a higher state of consciousness. That's what's helping you. Yes, and I was talking about change right here with the Knight of Swords. So what you're doing, you're going through a lot of conscious shifts and changes, which means it's showing up in the form of knowledge. So you'll have an idea that'll just pop in and be like, oh, this is how I do this, or this is how this works. And so your journal is probably going to be your best friend, where you just write down your ideas. You start writing how the universe works, because right now you're accessing, through your initiation process, you're accessing how the universe works. And I know people say that knowledge is dangerous. You don't want knowledge to be given to the wrong people. The thing is, when it comes to the high divine knowledge, this knowledge cannot be manipulated. You can't manipulate God. Like, you can't manipulate, you can't go like, let me manipulate God and use this knowledge against God. You can't fight with God, so you're just fighting with yourself. So if you manipulate the knowledge, go ahead and do it. You can't really get far. You're just going to have to live out the karma, because God knows your heart and God knows your mind. So if you don't do the work, you're just going to have to come back and do it again. God is your soul, your soul, yourself. That inner true self knows the truth. Can't lie to yourself. All right, let's go ahead and roll the dice. Close out your reading. We got Virgo, Mars in the 12th house. Okay. Yeah, so, that's definitely taking me to the Hangman energy. We got 12 here. We got Neptune. So you're just being called into a space of surrender right now in your inner purification process. The 12th house is a passive house. This is about your inner work, your inner self. This is what you're being asked to tune into right now. So as you tune into your inner self with that Mars energy, I feel like they want you to be more, or maybe you're moving into a space where you're feeling a lot more direct and willing to do the work. So Mars is a forward-moving energy. It's like, okay, I want to do this. Let's do this. It's active. It's ready to go. It's ready to move forward. So I feel like maybe you're entering into a space where you're ready to move forward. With that even Sun, Virgo, Eight of Pentacles, you're ready to really do the work and continuously do this work on your spiritual self and your transcendence here with the Uranus and the optical illusion. The transcendence and the ascension you're experiencing, you're really willing to do the work. You're more willing to do the work. Before, maybe you were resisting it somewhat or in denial of it, but now you're more willing to move with this change. Yeah, we got changing here. You're more willing to move with the change. Yeah, the tides are shifting. I'm picking up tides are shifting a little bit here in your conscious state. You might be getting some powerful downloads, powerful insights that are going to be dropping. Some big truth bombs that are going to be popping up, some revelations that are going to be showing up for you pretty soon that are going to help you to understand more about yourself. And let's just pull some more clarifiers and end the reading. Yeah, a lot of Virgo energy. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. You guys got the Judgment card. Ascension, Awakening. Nice. Oh, man. Yeah, so I think maybe you're in a place right now where you're feeling like, okay, I'm going through an awakening. I can't control it. This is fine. This is what I need to do. I need to do the work. I need to be patient. Okay, let's do it. Maybe you're in that place where you're starting to feel more relaxed and less tense about it, less resistant towards it. Less of the blame game. You're playing less of the blame game. Maybe feeling less adversarial towards it. Yeah, because I don't know about you, fighting a dragon does not sound fun. I feel like you guys have been loyal to the mission, of course, but at the same time, it's like, it's hard. Because part of your conscious state, your inner self, is resisting it. Even if you do the work, like you're like, okay, let me just meditate, let me calm down, let me not try to fix it. Even then, maybe your inner self is still a little resistant, like your thought process. So I think your thoughts are actually aligning more with spirit and connecting more with source. Because, yeah, with the Virgo energy, purification, transcendence. You're going with it. You're going with the tide now. You're not resisting it as much. It was pulling you. It was pulling you, and you were... And I think part of the reason why that knight kept getting hurt is because energetically... he kept trying to fight the dragon instead of trusting this inner sense that the dragon would not attack him or something. I don't know, creating a trust circle with the dragon. This is a weird channeling I'm getting. So, yeah, because in my first vision, I actually saw Charizard, which is a Pokemon. And usually, like, Ash, if he has a Pokemon, him and the Pokemon are best friends. So I feel like you are learning how to befriend your dragon. And you're learning, don't fight it. The more you fight it, the more you resist it with the Knight of Swords, the more tension rises up. So if we let go of the tension, we stop fighting, we relax. We put the sword down, or just put it to the side, right? Put the sword down. And we realize this dragon is like, I was just attacking you because I thought you were fighting me. And the knight was like, well, I was attacking you because I thought you were fighting me. And the dragon's like, you just look dangerous. You came up to me with a sword. I was just defending myself. And the guy's like, I was just defending myself. And then they both look at each other and they laugh and they realize, oh my gosh, we were just being defensive this entire time. All we had to do was open our heart, look each other in the eye, and realize that we can trust each other. You can trust this storm. This storm is the best thing that's ever happened to you. This awakening, this 180 is the best thing that's ever happened to you. And maybe you're coming to that realization. All right, that's going to be the end of your reading here, group number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support, and let me know if this resonated. Thank you. Bye. Crazy. Free yourself.